Gilbert's going to join us for the news, Robin. Gilbert Gottfried. Thank you, Gilbert. It's always good to see Gilbert on a Friday because I have 3 days to recover. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, dude.
Hey, man.
Gilbert. Hey, man, you know, people could laugh at Gilbert, you know, physically and stuff, but he gets laid a lot. I mean, his persona is to say he doesn't get girls and stuff, but he really does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he tied to one girl, or does he have many?
He has a couple, but his one girlfriend I met.
Is she still in the picture?
The one I met at the hospital when you were dying. Gilbert was getting all serious.
Yeah,
the blonde.
To make him be honest.
You know what I'm talking about, the blonde?
Oh, yeah.
Nice watch.
Yeah.
Gilbert's quite a dresser, too. Got a big plastic bunny watch on.
That's how I get the girls.
Yeah, and you're dressing better.
Oh, yeah.
Gilbert's apartment must be like, there's no closets, just everything strewn on the floor, and whatever clothes he picks up, he throws on. I've never seen a more wrinkled shirt than what Gilbert is wearing.
He's living your life. Nobody can yell at him about that.
Are you still seeing that blonde?
On and off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was hot, too.
Yeah?
I mean, she was, you didn't meet her. I always think you're everywhere where I am.
I never saw her.
Yeah, she was there, and she was like nursing Gilbert. Acting all concerned.
Sitting there stroking his head. And all.
Yeah, this was when Gilbert was going through the thing like, I don't know what life means anymore. What am I doing? I think I'm going to quit the business. Oh, man, you were goofy. He thought he was dying. And Gilbert came close to death. And Gilbert actually started reevaluating his life. It was like, and it was great to be a part of it.
There was nothing to reevaluate.
You know when he started getting depressed?
Yeah.
He had been he had to be rushed into the emergency room because not only did his appendix burst, but he came close to infecting his whole body. Hour away from death.
Yeah.
And he was calling here saying, please don't say anything on the radio. I don't want reporters. I don't want I can't. And then like 2 months went by. He was still in the hospital dying. And not one newspaper had picked up on it. So Gilbert finally called up and said, could you say hello to me on the radio and tell people I'm sick?
The bad part was the reason he wanted to get out of the business house was because of all... He realized how...
few friends he had.
Scuzzy everybody is in the business. They didn't come to visit him or even send a card.
So as soon as they came in and started telling me he was getting better, it was like, oh, maybe I'll stay in the business. Now it's like... He's completely recovered, and now he plays a parrot.
Right. Yeah. And he doesn't remember the bad times.
And doesn't care. Hey, I could be a parrot? It's an amazing transformation we saw him go through.
I can do an interview for Penthouse? Okay.
Because what's so screwy about Gilbert is that even if you try to interview him, which I have many times, he always puts on his persona, his comic persona.
Right.
He will not allow you, he won't let you into his personal life. That's the way he's decided to play it. Even I've read some really good interviews with you where you won't even answer a question. If someone says, how's your mother? You won't even answer it.
Yeah.
And when he got sick, we suddenly saw the real Gilbert.
Yeah.
And now I see why he doesn't answer any real questions. Because my theory is there is no Gilbert in there. It's just like that shallow character he plays is him.
It's so funny.
Because it was weird. He was really trying to be real with me, and he just went, and it was like, it was like.
I was like the scene. I sounded like the senile Groucho Marx.
Yeah, it was sad. It was, and he looked real old, laying in the hospital bed. And
see, you saw him laying in the bed. They had him propped up in a chair.
I was like Groucho when he used to go on the Dick Cavett show.
And his sisters were there, and they were disgusted with him. They were just staring at him. And then the girlfriend, who was like standing there and finally finding a way to get real with Gilbert, and like maybe Gilbert would now pay attention to her,
hoping that he would come to need her
rather than just have sex with her and then leave the room.
Yeah.
Then one time, Robin and Billy West came over.
I know.
They were just like kind of staring around.
We didn't know what to do.
It's really weird. And Gilbert would one thing nice about visiting Gilbert in the hospital, he would just talk and give you the whole story. But after he gave you the whole story of his appendix, it was like nothing to talk about.
Much time to leave.
Yeah, we would just stare at each other.
No joke.
I mean, Gilbert's no fun when he's like in serious trouble.
Yeah, no voices.
Yeah, no voices, no shtick. It was just like, I called for an ambulance, and I didn't really want to call because I didn't want to call because if it was a public ambulance, it would be in the newspaper, and so I said to him, I said, Gilbert, you ever hear of a private ambulance service? Like,
I couldn't even get a blurb and Cindy.
I know, and Gilbert was really afraid that it was going to be a media circus. That he was calling up at first. I can't call it to be front page.
Mad magazine.
I know. It was sad. You realize that if you died tomorrow, nobody would even care.
Where would your obituary be?
Behind Henry Morgan's.
They'd have Rich Little doing the parrot. That would be it.
And Gilbert was like, you know, when you have something like this happen to you, I don't know, I just want...
You look at life differently.
You do.
Turning into Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, man.
I want to help little children.
But the real Gilbert shone through, because what happened was we were standing there, and it'd been over an hour of listening to Gilbert, you know, go through this meek little routine, and then suddenly the black nurse came in, and she was all over me. She could care less that it was Gilbert. And she was like asking me to autograph everything in the hospital, and then Gilbert goes to her, it's time for you to leave now. Go, leave us. And the black woman shot him a look like, you honky. And then I just said, Gilbert, you're a fool. That's the black woman who has to keep changing your IV.
She has to bring you a bedpan.
Yeah, he's like, get out of here, Beulah.
This is the woman who has to give me a rectal thermometer.
Yeah, and you're sitting insulting her.
Oh, and I've got a temperature.
You know, I've had the fever now for 4 weeks. Had a fever.
Well, you know, Robin, you were a nurse.
Did he say that to you?
Yes.
Yeah. You understand. But at least you didn't get hit up to do favors for Gilbert.
No.
You only felt comfortable with me. Can you get me a pair of pajamas?
I worked
without the drawstring? Yeah, you did.
First it was pajamas.
No, first it was a robe, then pajamas with a drawstring.
Yeah.
So that it wouldn't hurt your appendix
then
scar.
It was silk.
Yeah. Finally, even my parents said to me, tell the guy to call his mother. Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah.
And finally, I had to stop getting Gilbert stuff when he calls me up at home, like at night, and says, could you get me a thermometer that, what was it, a special kind of thermometer?
Oh, yeah.
I hardly know Gilbert.
Yeah.
Except for doing his show. I mean, it's not like I'm a close friend. I've never even been out with him socially. And he's calling me for stuff because the only comedian I could get to visit him was Dice Clay, and I had to beg him.
But Penn and Teller went.
Oh, yeah. I said, can you go visit Gilbert?
Everybody
real
came
sad.
in, we were begging.
Nobody even likes Gilbert. But it was like really weird. It was like Gilbert was ordering from QVC. I was like, Gilbert. He goes, they told me they won't release me unless I have a thermometer that can be read.
And a home entertainment center.
Wasn't it a digital thermometer or something?
A digital thermometer.
Yeah.
I should have a widescreen television on my TV.
They won't send me home. So he goes, do you have... I wouldn't mind if he asked me for a widescreen television. That I could get. I'm supposed to go searching for a digital thermometer. So my wife was getting real annoyed at this point because she's the one going out and shopping for all this stuff, for underpants, special elastic underpants. So I said...
Pajamas.
And she's really annoyed because I said, yeah, the guy's sister was sitting right there. What, she can't shop?
Our business meetings are now, what size do you think Gilbert is?
Yeah, and it was like really uncomfortable. So, and the office is piling up with stuff for Gilbert. And, you know, Gilbert doesn't offer to pay or anything. I said, you know, and Gilbert's a wealthy guy. Don't let him kid you. He's made a lot of money doing stand-up. He's very good at it. And he, you know, he could have just taken his credit card out, called any store, and said, send me up 30 pairs of silk pajamas, but he won't do it. He's saving every penny till the end.
When Billy and Robin were up there, it's like Billy West was like doing voices for me, and I'm
great.
Sort of staring at him.
And you're out and you're out of the business. Well, Billy has a real hard-on to impress you. You know what I mean?
No, but Gilbert really played into it.
Yeah.
Because he was showing his sisters that, you know, he really had show business now.
Right. Trying to prove it.
I'm trying to impress people with Billy.
Billy, do the voice of a honeybee, and then he'd go back to sleep. Billy, do a half hour of that voice.
Gilbert wanted to prove that the schlubs weren't visiting him, that Billy actually had a place in show business.
I was going in and out of consciousness.
Then he'd wake up and say another voice, and Billy would do that.
But what's funny is Gilbert's been a New York comic for 25 years, performing every night with 10 other guys, and he calls me for a digital thermometer. And I'm going, well, okay, hey, why not? Okay? So I said to my wife, where am I going to get... Yeah, call Caroline. You made her a lot of money. I said to my wife, all right, we have to get Gilbert now a digital thermometer. And she saw I was getting fed up, and she goes, you know, tell Gilbert that there's a drugstore right in the hospital. He could just call them up right downstairs and say, send me up a digital thermometer. So I called Gilbert up, and I explained for 10 minutes. He called down Gilbert to the drugstore, and he goes, so you're not going to get it? You're not going to get me the digital thermometer? I go, no, you're going to call up, and you know what, Gilbert? Wherever your apartment is, I guarantee it, right in that neighborhood, there's 50 drugstores. Okay. Have you ever been to a drugstore in your neighborhood? He goes,
could you send the stereo over?
Yeah, and he says, no, I don't believe there is a drugstore in my area. I go,
he lives in Manhattan.
Yeah, he lives in Manhattan. There's a drugstore every 30 feet.
He was laying it on thick.
So finally I put my foot down. I never got him the digital thermometer, and he managed to get one.
Yeah.
You got one.
I thought it was such a weird thing to get, like you couldn't find it.
Yeah, I would be the same way.
They're like in every drugstore.
Yeah, but at least I have a wife who does. If you had a girlfriend, she would have gotten you.
Why were you calling, Gilbert?
I thought these were major things.
He didn't realize.
He was still hallucinating.
He had never been sick before.
Yeah, you see them in pharmacies for like $4.
And when you got out of the hospital, weren't you like eating better for a while and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that lasted, what, 2 weeks? Like you were trying to change your health? And now you're back to just eating any garbage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't even care about his health anymore.
No, could care less.
Yeah.
Gilbert's the best. The great Gilbert Gottfried.
I'll never forget that time, though, because he had us all convinced that no one was visiting.
Yeah.
He had no family.
Yeah, it was great. Anyway, I got to take a break. When we come back, Gilbert, you'll do the news with us? Are you playing? Oh, you're playing somewhere. I knew you didn't just walk in here.
To talk about your hospital experience.
Gilbert plays the voice of a parrot in the return of Jafar, direct to video. Jafar. My kids were watching it the other night, as a matter of fact. I think they turned it off. They heard Gilbert's voice. No, they like Gilbert. He's good in that role. They like him.
Yeah, and they've expanded it now.
Yeah, they expanded it, right?
Yes.
Maybe that's why it went right to video.
No Robin Williams, just Gilbert, go right to video.
It's the sequel to Aladdin, and so you got pretty good money for that, right?
Not great.
No?
From Disney.
So you think you would? I mean, you'd been in the first one, it was a success. They needed the same people back.
This is the sequel, Gilbert. This is where you get paid.
You think that's why Robin Williams didn't do it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I heard he didn't get paid well either.
Worry about the money.
Yeah. So you said, hey, I'll do it anyway.
What the hey?
Why not? No one else is coming. And also, Gilbert, in the... he's going to be at Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal in July, where he'll appear with other comics, I guess, at a festival.
Other people who won't visit him when he gets sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Go see all the bastards who wouldn't visit you. Gilbert could sit alone. Who else is going to be there, do you know?
Richard Belzer.
Belzer kind of likes you.
Yeah, he was at the hospital.
Did he go?
Did he come?
He used to show up at the hospital and just look at the paper. He wouldn't even talk to me.
You ever read the paper?
He would sit in the corner of the room and read the paper.
Is that really true?
Yeah.
How weird is that?
He did. He'd walk in, say hello, and then he'd sit in the corner. He'd have a paper with him.
Wow.
And he wouldn't talk to you or anything?
He'd fulfill his obligation to visit me. But
he wasn't going to waste his time.
He wasn't going to talk to her anymore.
Because that's what he does here when he's on the show. He sits and reads the paper whenever he gets annoyed with me. So, he would show up and say, hey, Gilbert, how you feeling? And then after about a couple of conversations...
Yeah, and I'd say, well, I have 170 fever. And he'd go, oh, sorry. And he'd walk over to a chair and sit down and open the paper. And
the two of you would be alone in the room?
Yeah.
And he would just sit there and read? And would you say anything to him?
No, it's I used to be looking at the ceiling, looking at the IV dripping, and he'd be looking at the paper.
Oh, that's great. That's
Gilbert's hospital stay was maybe the best hospital stay of all time.
You really should be talking about that.
And it went on and on and on. It went on way too long.
He was in the hospital forever. We thought he was never coming out.
Oh, that's why we even finally broke down and went and visited him. We felt bad. Oh, man.
Howard says to me, I really think Gilbert's dying. I got to go visit him.
Yeah. It would be wrong not to. And I heard no one else is going. And then Robin and I got on a campaign to get people to visit Gilbert. And then I finally convinced Dice. I hardly know him. I mean, I feel bad for him, but I hardly know him. I said, but Dice, imagine how good it'll make him feel. You show up at the hospital, and and Gilbert will be really proud, and hopefully some people will see it, like the nurses and junk. Yeah. At least maybe his mother will be there and see it.
Yeah, maybe Gilbert will be treated better.
Yeah, Dice said he went in there with cobwebs on the visitor seat. For Gilbert, the most unpopular man in show business. He's made 0 friends. Dice says, yeah, I went over. Oh, it was the best.
Gilbert he had a wake before he died.
Well, the best part was Gilbert really expected just to be in there for a few days, and then when it turned into a couple of weeks, and he was desperately calling, saying, please mention that I'm in the hospital. Yeah. When at first he was like, don't mention it.
In intensive care.
And listen to him drone on with medical stories.
He had to tell everybody that story.
You became a real sucker when you were dying.
Oh, and then I did the worst thing.
Yeah.
I took a hot bath.
The night that he was told that he better be careful because his appendix was bursting. So he's unconscious. He passes out on the floor. He goes, I passed out
was passing out all over my apartment.
So what does he do? He decides, I know what I'll do. He doesn't call an ambulance because he doesn't want the papers finding about it. And plus, he's too cheap to pay for an ambulance and doesn't know how to pay for an ambulance. Doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want black guys dragging him out while he's unconscious.
Doesn't know anything.
And he doesn't want anyone in his apartment. He says, I know what I'll do. I'll take a hot bath. A guy's passing out in his apartment. His cure is to take a hot bath. Like maybe,
a tub of water.
Like maybe this is just nerves.
I can't stand up. Let me get some water.
It's just tension.
Yeah, tension. So he gets in there and he passes out in the tub and almost drowns. And all that gunk that's spewing out from his appendix and the bursting is in the tub with him. Looks like aliens invaded the tub. It was great. Because your appendix burst while you were in the tub, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't open.
I think he was vomiting in there. You vomited a few times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
everything.
That was on the floor.
What happened? How'd you finally called an ambulance? Oh, you called someone who got an ambulance.
I went to a doctor.
But how did you get out of the apartment after you passed out in the tub?
He crawled.
Seriously, what did you do? I mean, you were passing out. When you were in the tub, what happened?
I eventually came to. The next morning, I go to a doctor.
You're a real fight. You have such a great life. I guess you didn't want to give up.
Oh, yeah.
But do you have a phone?
I should have let myself die.
But you have a phone in the apartment, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the modern conveniences
I remember what he said. He said, because every time he stood up, he collapsed.
Yes.
Yeah.
He started crawling around.
But I mean, how did you get from your apartment?
Eventually, I got over that stage, and the next morning
you were able to walk to the doctor.
Yeah.
Wow. Gilbert's so uptight. I just would operate on himself, and hope for the best.
Yeah,
with nail clippers.
Yeah. I got to take a break, Gilbert.
Yeah.
But
the doctor was going to send me home.
Was he?
Yeah. I went there. He looked. I told him what was wrong. He goes,
I guess you really pay for the best medical advice. Yeah, a cat doctor.
He went to a vet.
Have you been neutered?
I mean, it was obvious. The guy was passing out. The guy was passing out in his home and able to
rolling around on the floor.
Doctor says, "Why don't you just go home?"
Yeah. He didn't want to talk to me.
Right. Another big fan of yours.
Who are you again?
Hey, go die, Gilbert.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I better put you in the hospital.
Go die at home like Jackie O.
No, Gilbert wanted all measures taken. Yeah. He didn't have a living will.
Did you watch Jackie O's funeral?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
It's pretty wild.
Was she embalmed in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked to the guy who did it.
Oh.
Well, who brought the...
embalming fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's charming. I'd like to be living in that building.
Yeah, his body, the rotting corpse is smelling everywhere.
And people are standing outside because they know the body's there.
Yeah. I think those were all tenants that couldn't take the stink. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words with Gilbert Gottfried and the news. Gilbert's in here telling me, I said, hey, Gilbert, what are you doing for Memorial Day? But he really gets emotionally involved on Memorial Day.
Yes.
He likes to sit around his apartment and think about the people who died in wars.
Is that right?
And fought for us.
I watch Platoon. I have it on a loop.
Me, I just go in front of the Sony building and salute.
Yes.
Actually, I throw duty at it.
Yes.
Well, I was going to ask you, D-Day is coming up. Does that pull any strings for you being a vet?
Yeah. Sure does. Last Memorial Day, I painted myself yellow and yelled at myself.
In the mirror?
I served in Vietnam, don't you?
Oh, yeah. In Da Nang.
Yeah, there too. And, God, it was the best years of my life in some ways and maybe the worst in some. Yeah.
In Paling.
Yeah. No, but Gilbert's around his apartment and remembers the dead.
Yes.
Nice.
I have the dead in my
Yes,
apartment.
that's right. Thinks about soldiers.
Yes.
So I think that a lot of people can respond to that, Give us your calls. Do you have anyone in your family who died? Give Gilbert a call right now so you guys can talk.
Yeah, it was very sensitive.
Coming up, Green Beret. Ballad of the Green Beret.
If I see one more movie with this in it, every movie and TV show.
That's why that guy's a star.
Whenever a guy, that's where George Thorogood makes his money. Whenever a guy in a movie, loses his girlfriend, then all of a sudden toward the end of the movie, he jumps into his car with the top down. He hops over he doesn't even use the door. He hops over the door, right into the car.
Puts the sunglasses.
On, and he goes chasing after the girl before she marries some other guy. And it's... Right.
So that's absolutely true.
He must have made $1 billion off of that.
And it was in Problem Child, too.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was the scene?
The kid's going to do something bad. That's it.
Right. He's going to do something bad, and then it was...
Yeah, there's a close-up of his face. He scrunches his face up, and then...
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do in my movie?
What?
I'm going to have that music playing, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stand there. I'll do my taxes.
As soon as you start to write.
Yeah.
You'll start flossing your teeth.
Right. It's going to be the greatest movie. Already it's 30 hours long, this movie. Everything I ever wanted to do. I'm going to put in one movie. Allison, what's 2 plus 2?
Yeah, to help the kids with their homework.
It's Dad's time to help the kids. Well, anyway. Bad in math. So, Gilbert's here. By the way, Gilbert's here to plug the fact that he's a parrot in The Return of Jafar.
What a career.
Right.
It's a good thing I lived.
My kids really dig Aladdin, so there must be something to that. And I saw them watching Return of Jafar the other night.
This is why I survived.
Jafar, Howard.
Whatever. Sorry, I haven't learned all the names of the Disney characters.
Yes.
That's very important.
And it's the sequel to Aladdin, and it's at your video store. I guess Gilbert gets a couple of pennies off of each video because he's here promoting it.
Not really.
Really?
No.
It just looks like a good credit other than playing a comedy club.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give some people in Hollywood the idea that you're available for other kinds of work.
Yeah. Right. I should have, like, one of those Merry Christmas greetings in show business.
You haven't done a movie in a while.
No.
Eddie Murphy not tapping you for the new Beverly Hills.
Oh, no.
Because the one that you were in, Beverly Hills, too? He goes around saying it was the worst movie ever made.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, he doesn't want... This new Beverly Hills isn't anything like the Beverly Hills, too.
They go all the way back to the first Beverly Hills and bring those people back.
You know what that means? Is it code word for no Gilbert in this one?
Yes.
What's the story on that cartoon? What do you have to do? You just go to a studio for a couple of days and read a script?
Yeah, you just yell into a microphone.
And do
they direct you to put more energy in it so you yell louder and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it funny, like, when they have, like, a guy from Disney sitting there, like the director, and he's going, no.
Could you make it help Aladdin rather than help Aladdin?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you make it like, I have to find a lamp rather than I have to find a lamp?
Yeah.
Maybe try it that way. I have to find a lamp.
Like, I've done commercials where clients will sit there.
Yeah.
And they'll say, you're not doing it right. Read it this way. And it's like, oh, my God, you're kidding. And it sounds exactly the same.
I remember doing one, it was Beach MTV. No, it's Beach MTV.
Oh.
Huh?
Beach MTV. Beach MTV.
Beach MTV, okay.
Beach MTV.
No.
Yes, like
Beach
kind of a Russian word. Beach MTV.
Yeah.
Anyway, today's news is brought to you by Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Yeah, that'd be a good one for Bud. They should use that, too, since everybody else does.
I think it's a great idea.
The news is brought to you by Bud. Yeah, Bud. Proud to be your bud. 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 You know, I'm just going to play that at my house this weekend, and every time I do something, I'm going to have it start up. Carry that around with me.
Have that with you all the time.
Yeah. So, Robin, what's in the news?
Well, Howard, first I wanted to tell you, these are some of the stories I live to do. In Union, Kentucky, a high school honor student killed his parents and 2 sisters yesterday morning, calmly went into his trigonometry class, showed the teacher and his classmates his gun, and surrendered, saying, "I've had a bad day."
Oh.
Where's my gun?
I killed both my parents.
And then I'll kill my classmates. Jeremy spoke in class today.
Clay Shroud.
Clay Shroud.
Yeah. No, Clay.
Clay. Shroud.
He was described by one neighbor as really weird.
Really weird. Really weird.
The bodies in the kitchen. Mom and Dad are a pain in the ass. He shot his parents.
And his sister. He was mad at the whole family.
Just shot my whole parents. Had a bad day. But bad to my family. Well, he should be like the Menendez boys and just say the parents force him to take tennis lessons.
I'm sure he's looking for him right now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's got to be a way out of that one.
Yeah, made me wear white shorts.
Yeah, they were real bad.
They made me do my homework.
My dad fingered me.
In fact, they didn't even make me do my homework. My dad did my homework.
Yes.
Yeah. My dad doesn't let me do my homework on my own.
Yeah. My dad wrote all my papers.
When my appendix burst, my dad wouldn't buy me stretch pajamas.
Day I was born, the nurses all gathered around.
He was always dressed in black, according to the neighbors, and is now being held in Kenton County Jail, charged with the 4 counts of murder.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool. He's
Police
bad.
say that there was some kind of domestic quarrel that went on.
That's cool.
But they would not be specific
Hold on a second.
about the reasons for the argument.
Yeah.
They arrested him at the high school after they went to the home and discovered the 4 bodies. So, there you have it.
Cool.
Bodies.
Burn him tonight. Gilbert. That's a problem child. How old is he again, Robin?
17.
Oh, that's not a little boy.
Don't you think that if your son starts wearing all black, you should just get out of the
He's
house?
got a Belzer complex. Pretty soon he'll walk around the house going, and
Hey,
we're not
babe.
worried about third world nations. Or
I'm gonna read the newspaper here in the corner. Don't bother me.
But there are warning signs when your kid is going bad and when you should leave the house.
I just spent the whole commercial break talking to Gilbert about. I said, wait a second, let me get this straight. Belzer sat in the corner when he visited you in the hospital.
It's like sitting in a bus terminal. There's other people there.
He said it was like sitting at a bus terminal with another guy while he reads the paper, waiting, waiting for something to happen. I said, usually when someone visits you in the hospital, they bring you something to read. Gilbert gets a visit from Belzer. He says hi, sits down in the corner, and just reads the newspaper.
Yeah, he brought himself something to read.
Right. Yeah.
And then when he gets through with that, like if there'd be magazines that I had, he'd take that.
Two warm guys bonding.
Yeah.
To be fair, when I die, don't invite Belzer to the funeral.
Lots of sensitivity there.
Right, yeah.
He'll sit by the coffin reading.
Yeah, Stern was a great guy, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
Yeah, like he did a lot of jokes about black people, like that's really needed.
Yeah. Like someone should about him like he cared about
Pick
him.
on a weaker people.
Yeah, right, yeah. Why don't you find someone more depressed?
Like making fun of starving children is really funny.
Yeah. So we'll sit here and honor him in his grave. Yeah, right, yeah. We'll all shed a tear.
Yeah, he makes fun of people who are living in countries where they can't get food or medical attention.
That's
really
very funny. Very funny.
Yeah, that's real comedy. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Makes fun of places where like diseases are wiping out entire villages. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, babe, why don't you learn to tell a joke?
Yeah, we'll sit and shed a tear for him.
Yeah.
That's your eulogy. I'm going to have to do you.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
I love it.
The gates and wide wonder.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. A courageous 6-year-old helped police do a composite sketch of the man who had raped her.
Yes, a 6-year-old.
Oh, stop it,
A 6-year-old was raped.
Yeah, they say this guy's a serial rapist, and he usually picks on young girls. Most of his victims have been below the age of 19, and he seems to particularly favor 10-year-olds.
Did you just, did you see the picture? It looked just like Gilbert.
Yeah, when he was wearing his hair spiky.
Yeah.
Gilbert has changed his hairdo because
She told me she was 7. She swore to me she was 7.
From what I understand...
She told me she was potty trained.
From what I understand, he sort of maneuvered his way into the little girl's apartment and offered her a mint, and when she said yes, she'd like to take a mint from him, he took her up to the roof and did his business.
So that when they catch the guy, of course, there's no death penalty. Vote for me. Vote for me, he'll be dead. Imagine that, man. That even Gilbert will admit is sick.
Yeah, they have linked him to a number of other attacks.
Jackie
and
thought
most
it was
of the
funny,
victims
but-
are between the ages of 10 and 15 years old.
Yeah.
So he really doesn't like older girls. Usually, there's one woman who was accosted by a man who fit this description. She was 19, and the moment she showed any resistance at all, he ran away. So he's looking for the really timid and docile.
So how's a guy get that sick? You know what I mean? Like you kind of sort of understand a male rapist who rapes adult females.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of comprehend that.
Yes.
Gilbert can.
Yeah.
All right, Gilbert. Let me talk to Gilbert on this one. You can see, like, he's totally,
To me, it's perfectly normal.
and they even say, like, maybe he's angry at his mother, and every woman represents his mother. Like Joel Rifkin was killing his mother each time or something. Whatever the hell.
Was his mother 5?
That's what I'm saying. Like, where do you get angry at, like, 6-year-olds? How sick do you have to be? But there's no death penalty. But he'll go to prison and be called Short Eyes, and the other prisoners will beat him to death.
Oh, boy.
I know, I always read about that, but you never hear of many of them dying.
No, they just like to keep him alive and beat him.
Yeah.
No, they lock them up separately. That's the problem.
Yeah, they protect them.
They should put them in with the population.
Yeah, why are
That's
we
what I would
protecting
do.
these people?
Right.
I would put serial rapists in with the population.
Right, and let things happen.
Yes.
I
But
agree
it's not
with you.
just rapists. They just don't like people who rape kids for some reason.
Yeah, right.
Criminals.
Yeah, they don't mind if you rape. As long as you don't rape
Strange
kids.
code
Yeah,
they
rapist
live
is
by.
pretty common.
Yeah.
It's child molesters that get killed.
Yeah, you never let the other prisoners find out that you were a molester. Wow, a 6-year-old. Dude.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Dude. Oh, man. Dude.
A Bronx woman.
What's it like, Fred, to have a 6-year-old?
Oh, stop it. A Bronx woman says her doctor addicted her to codeine and then lured her into improper and deviant sex acts.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Now this you understand.
Sure I do. I understand that.
See, that's something like most men really envy.
That's being a guy.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Normal.
Normal.
What?
There's a clinical psychologist on the air who says he can explain why people rape 6-year-olds.
All right.
He made a study of it.
Oh, he's got a good explanation.
Oh, all right. I didn't realize there was an explanation.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, turn off your radio.
Oh, great.
Well, by the way, we should mention that this guy's wife is 4 years old.
He's going to explain the attraction.
So why do you like 4-year-olds?
Hello?
Hi. No, explain to me why someone would like a 6-year-old. They're Italian. What kind of thing is that? Don't disparage my people.
Stop it.
Hello?
Yes.
Is this how it starts?
Yes, it is, Doctor.
How are you? My name's Dr. Ang.
All right, Doctor. Now, you don't date 4-year-olds, do you?
No, but the funny thing is I am Oriental.
You're not married to a 4-year-old,
You're
are you?
Dr. Ang?
Yeah, I am a Dr. Ang, as a matter of fact. And the thing is, I can tell you...
Oh, yeah, I come out of little kids.
Orientals, can I say?
Oh.
School me?
Excuse me? Oh, I come out a little kid.
No.
Go ahead.
Orientals are a little bit... They're a timid race. The male agenda, I would say.
Yeah, during World War II, they were very timid.
No,
They're timid.
They're kind of shy.
Ever get a shot in the nuts from a karate dude?
No.
They own America, but they're very
timid. They've only bought up everything.
Yes.
They asked.
No, those are
before
the Japanese.
Bastards took over the whole record industry, and you're telling me they're timid.
No, they are timid.
Who are you talking about, the Chinese?
The male?
I like the Orientals. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr.
You're an Oriental who uses the term Oriental.
Well,
Yes.
why not? Oh, it could be Oriental, it could be Asian, you could say it.
Hey, by the way, happy Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Your people were very gracious during World War II.
Well, are you Japanese?
No, I am of Chinese. I'm Chinese descent.
Oh, you're Chinese?
Yes, I am, Mr. Stern. And hey, Robin, how are you? But anyway, I'm a great listener of you guys. You guys are really great. And as I was saying, the reason why...
Please don't drag this out. Just give me the reason.
The reason why is he's been rejected by older women. That's the reason why. And the younger woman, he's been so timid of confronting older women and that they reject him. He's probably an ugly mutt. That's the first thing. But the thing is, to resort down to a younger age, this is what he does. The younger age girls will...
I thought rape was always like a violence thing.
It is a violence thing.
Yeah.
It's a power thing.
So what he's saying is he's so afraid of adult women because he's going to get his ass kicked.
They're too powerful for him.
Yeah.
Because he's a timid person, I would assume. He's not a... That's how I have to view it.
All right, dude. Thanks, man.
That's it.
Okay.
One thing?
Yeah.
One thing. I got to say hello to all my...
Yeah, that was really deep philosophy.
Yeah, we couldn't have figured that out on
we didn't say
our
that 20 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. He rapes kids because he likes to.
own. He must be timid.
Yeah.
All right. He's got somewhat of an explanation.
Can I go on with my story about the sex slave?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mary Butkowski
Butkowski.
has accused...
Cow of butt. Butts of cow.
her doctor of a 16-year pattern of misbehavior that continued until March 22nd.
16 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It started when they both worked at the Bronx Psychiatric Center.
How come everyone in the news today is Polish?
It's the Polish news on
All
Friday.
right.
He was treating her for migraine headaches, I guess, and started giving her these drugs improperly, according to her, and she became addicted. And once she was hooked, Howard,
he banged her.
Threatened her with all prescriptions unless she performed improper and deviant sadomasochistic sex.
I'm a bad doctor. I rape Polish women.
He had her blindfold him and cover him with whipped cream and chocolate.
Right.
Hurt him and then perform oral
hungry.
sex.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Then he would provide her with phony prescriptions.
That's fantastic. It's unbelievable.
The pair would then engage in sexual acts in motels, her home, his car.
All right.
So anyway, she now says that this was very wrong. And she couldn't get away from him until March 22nd of this year, when she got herself to a detox center.
Whipped cream ran out.
What? What was that?
The whipped cream ran out. So she got to the detox center.
And then she was released 3 weeks ago and figured out that this was all wrong. So she's now taking the necessary steps to file a lawsuit against the county.
Let me take a break, Robin.
Probably the lawyers are all giving out drugs now.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
You see, you'd like to see that. That'd be funny.
Yes.
That would be comedic. Okay, thank you.
Just imagine it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Playing with it.
With the parrot from Jafar right after this. You know, it's hard to do these commercials with Gilbert here because he's so loony. But the Iowa makes great sound system. Gilbert would never buy himself a sound system for his apartment and enjoy some music or something.
You don't have music, Gilbert? You don't listen to music?
Well, no, I live next door to tenants who play the radio. I keep my ear to the wall.
Do you go to
Right?
concerts?
Do you have actually like a stereo system in the house?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it like a
one
mini
that the
system,
Flintstones
or-
would own.
Oh, yeah, right. Like
Or a boombox?
No, but you know, even if you watch TV, right? And you have a VCR, don't
Yeah, I
you?
have one of those like Board of Education record players.
No, but you have a VCR, right?
Yes.
And you have a TV.
Yes.
So wouldn't you like to hear that great sound? I mean, you got some money. You know what you do? You buy one of these Iowa mini systems. You plug the TV into it, and you've got concert sound coming out of your TV. It's fantastic.
Okay.
This might be too much for you, Gilbert.
Fantastic.
It really is great. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Gilbert doesn't want his environment too nice, or else he might never leave the apartment.
He might not want to treat himself that well.
He basically doesn't deserve it. The NSX 5200 is the mini system from Iowa. You guys are going to love this one. Put it anywhere. It fits right on the shelf. It's the size of a small microwave oven, half a microwave oven. And man, you get great sound, 3 different CDs. You can play it once. You can change 2 of them while the other one is playing. You have a dual cassette deck. It is live. It sounds like live concert in your house.
And if it's too loud, you make it lower. It's unbelievable.
It's Iowa. And here's something free. Call right now, 1-800-BUY-AIWA, extension 311, and they'll send you a free catalog of all their stuff. And it's really nice to shop at home. 1-800-BUY-AIWA. Iowa makes the best.
The Hauser Show.
Oh.
Hello? 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 Yes?
I want to speak to Mrs. Stern, please.
I'm on the line, and I'm waiting to speak with Mr. Stern also.
Okay.
They must have stuck us both
I
together.
guess they did.
Pardon me?
I guess they did stick us together. I'm so annoyed right now that...
What are you annoyed with?
The way he's talking on the radio, I think is disgraceful. He should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah. Me, just as another listener, I just want to say that I can see it would be upsetting to some people, but he has such a large crowd of fans.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Excuse me?
Unfortunately, yes. Well, I don't know how they hooked us up together. Maybe it was purposely.
You think so? Who knows, right?
Excuse me, ladies. I got to pass some wind. Hold on 1 second. I'll get right to you.
Oh, my goodness. Ma'am, did you hear that?
Hi, ladies.
Hello?
Yes, who is this?
My name is Isabel Peters.
Well, I don't need your name.
Oh, okay, I thought, well, I'm just a girl from Harleysville.
Well, why do you have to announce where you live and where you are and all of that, Isabel?
Okay, there's no reason for me to say that?
No, I'm talking to you on the radio. I don't need to identify you.
I'm very sorry.
I mean, unless you want to identify yourself, I mean, that's your option.
No, I don't care to. Is this Howard Stern I'm speaking to?
Yes,
okay,
Isabel.
Well, I highly regard your advice, and I just want to say that...
Hold on, I got to pass someone. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, my goodness. That's how you get people to have good attitudes, right?
All right, you girls wanted to complain to me, is that it? Isabel and the other woman on the phone?
Yes, I did, sir.
About what, Robin's last news story?
No, sir, I want to hear advice.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were told you had complaints about
I think it's the other lady who has the complaint.
Ma'am, do you have a complaint?
Yes, I do.
All right, then go ahead. Let me hear it.
Okay, I just came in from...
And excuse Robin's farting.
It's a terrible problem.
It's a terrible gaseous problem.
You're very rude.
Oh, I am?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think
I just came in from work this morning, and I was told... I was listening to you.
Yeah.
And my sons told me that you have 2 or 3 children yourself.
Yes.
And I think you're disgraceful.
Thank you.
You're disgraceful to men, period.
To men? Or what did I do wrong?
Talking about raping...
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Did you hear what I said?
Yes, when I walked in the door from work, I said, what in God's name is going on? I didn't know it was your show because I usually listen to WOR, which is a much classier show.
Oh, right. John Gambling puts a lot of effort into his program. His daddy gave it to him.
You put a lot of effort into yours.
I most certainly do.
Would you like your children to listen to your show?
Are you crazy? I never let them listen.
I'm sure.
With the disgusting stuff I talk about?
Exactly.
I'm smarter than that.
What's going to happen when the day comes when they're going to get your tape and they're going to listen to it? What are they going to say?
I'm going to get the best psychiatrist in the country to sit them down and explain to them why their father's a sick man. So then you see, I got my head screwed on straight, don't I?
They sure will need a psychiatrist. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, by the way, what's the weather going to be this weekend?
I don't know.
You have to know after Gambling told you 55 times. That's all he does all morning.
Yeah. And all the other ones also.
Hey, what else? So what did I do wrong? Why should I be ashamed of yourself? First of all, you didn't even hear what I said. I said that the guy who did it should be gassed and killed, and that if I was the governor, I'd have him killed. I guess that's an awful thing to say.
Well, I guess I didn't comment at that part of it.
Yeah, I guess you didn't. I guess you don't know anything about it, do you?
Continue on and on and on about it.
You are not allowed to listen to this program, even by accident.
Believe me,
you are not mentally capable.
I would never listen to your show. It was my
Tell me something.
That are home from college, unfortunately, listen to you.
Listen to me. You just said to me, I went on and on and on about it too long. How long shall one be allowed to talk about this?
Mom, leave him alone.
Yeah,
Mom,
right. Hey, get off the phone. I'm yelling at your mother. It's about
Mom,
time.
Howard Stern's funny. Leave him alone. He's the best.
Tell her.
You hear that?
Yeah.
My children think you're the best. They're idiots also, obviously.
No, you raised them. It's not our fault.
You raised those idiots.
Don't blame us.
To listen to you, there must be.
Well, let me tell you something. You're an old biddy, and you're completely out of touch with reality.
How long can you talk about this subject?
Yeah, answer my question. How long is one allowed to talk about this subject? You said we went on too long. How long?
You made fun of it.
We didn't make fun of the rape. We talked about the rapist being a mental case. What kind of idiot gets attracted to a 6-year-old?
Yeah, what was the fun?
I'm gonna give you a name. Mrs. Idiot. Because you don't listen to what I'm saying. You just comment.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that will be your name.
Idiot number 2.
Maybe so, but you're the first lady of idiots.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
When
Bye-bye.
you call, identify yourself.
Yeah, when you call me next time, say, this is Mrs. Idiot.
Idiot number 1.
Honey, what did you want? Hello? Oh, that one's gone.
Maybe she hung up, too.
Are you there? All right, they're both gone. I think the other one lost her nerve. Well, obviously, if she was ever raped, it was by someone who was deaf and blind.
You know what? She probably got confused because she heard us talking about the rape of the 6-year-old.
Right.
And then I went into the story of the sex slave thing.
Yeah.
And she came in on that.
Yeah.
And you were still talking about the 6-year-old. So she's so confused.
Well, at least her sons had their heads screwed on straight.
Yeah,
I was happy to see that.
They heard the whole program.
We never heard what Isabella had to say, or whatever her name was, Isadora.
Rossellini.
Isabella Rossellini. Mamacita Mamacini. Well, I'm bad to the bone.
Going on with the news, Bob Barker has been hit up for $8 million. by
Rape Dad Parkinson.
Price is Right model Diane Parkinson.
Parkinson.
Hey, don't say anything bad about Diane Parkinson. I'm very close to her.
I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm going to just report the story.
Although it does seem a
Bob
little weird.
came forward yesterday and told Entertainment Tonight that he did indeed have about an 18-month relationship with Diane. He said it was just a case of two middle-aged consenting adults.
Middle-aged, the guy's 70.
Well, if he lives to be 200, he's middle-aged.
Right.
And they consider Parkinson's request for $8 million a shakedown.
Shakedown.
Parkinson, on the other hand, says that she was coerced into the relationship with Barker and that she didn't enjoy it, and that eventually she felt that she was forced to resign from the show because she was so uncomfortable.
It seems weird, though.
She even says that she complained to the producers of the show and that they began paying her hush money of $1,000 a week to keep quiet about the situation.
I saw Bob Barker on Entertainment Tonight talking about it, and he just said, hey, look, I banged her for 18 months. I told her that I wanted to break it off, and she's not used to having guys tell her they want to break it off, so she freaked out, and she's all jealous.
For a year and a half, I had, on occasion,
sexual
intercourse with Diane Parkinson. It was a case of two middle-aged consenting adults having sex.
Yeah, the guy was 68 years old at the time.
She may feel like a woman scorned, Barker quipped, because he was the one who broke off the relationship.
For Dracula, it's middle-aged.
But why did why did Bob Barker, I mean, why did Diane wait 3 years to come forward with her story? And why did she accept payoff money?
Maybe she thought they were going to come to some form of settlement because she had complained?
I don't know, but I know I can get her. She told me I could.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She was here, and I said, hey, let me see what it's like to kiss you. And she opened her mouth.
Wow.
And then, like, she told me she really digs me. But really, and she would like to go out with me.
For those of you who are wondering if Bob Barker is cheating on his wife died.
Yeah, I thought Bob Barker was married, but it turned out she dropped dead. He's got every guy's fantasy.
If I could get Diane Parkinson, I'd kill my wife.
You would get married just to kill your wife.
Just smother her in her sleep.
So she opened her mouth, man.
Oh, man.
That never happened to Gilbert. He says to me, I never kiss a girl and have her open my mouth.
Really? He's never
I never have one say hello. One time he said hello was fantastic. I saw this girl. I said, what are you doing here? She said, I was invited. I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe this story, Howard. You know that Macaulay Culkin is going to play Richie Rich in the movies?
Yeah. Gilbert's going to be the voice of the parrot.
Is that right?
Yeah.
In the movie, as Richie Rich, Macaulay zips around on one of those all-terrain vehicles, those motorized bikes for kids.
Yeah, AVs or something.
And
RVs.
Whoever has seen it, some organization, now says that this is very wrong, and Macaulay will be a bad role model for kids because they'll see it, and then they'll want to rush around like he does without a helmet, going very fast, too, and this could be very dangerous copycat behavior for them. So before the movie even comes out, these people are saying Macaulay Culkin is bad for being in a movie. It is not the fault of the parents who buy these kids these vehicles and then let them go out unsupervised and don't give them safety lessons.
You ever see that on TV when, like, these parents are into having their kids race, like, these machines?
Oh, yeah.
And the kids are, like, 5 years old. They can barely drive them.
And they don't know it's unsafe.
Yeah.
I never knew it could turn over.
Yeah, so now they're afraid of the movie. So don't take the kid to the movie.
But it's so simple. You don't want your kid to do it, don't buy them the vehicle. They can't go and buy it themselves.
Well, you're on fire about this.
But it's so stupid to say it's Macaulay Culkin's fault.
Calm down. Bring your
It's
gas
the
problem.
movie's fault.
You're getting really uptight.
If they hadn't showed him zipping around, my kid would have never driven fast.
All right, I know what you're saying. I agree. I just don't like to see you get that upset.
Sorry, I just get worked up about these things. The state health department yesterday yanked the license of a Manhattan doctor for performing. Were you doing this? Performing abortions on women who weren't pregnant?
No, I just yanked it.
In a filthy clinic with blood-splattered walls?
What are you saying? The guy would tell the women they were pregnant.
Yes, he'd take a urine test. It would come back negative. He'd operate on him anyway.
Wow.
But how much do you have to see before you realize you're in a bad place? You know, there's blood on the walls, there's syringes all over the floor and trash, dirty instruments.
Sounds like Jackie's house.
All right.
And you lay down and let them give you anesthesia?
That's the doctor I went to.
Robin, we're talking about this too long. A woman just called me and said our time's up on this subject.
Dr. Young Ho Kwan.
Some of these guys who come from another planet.
Was advertising in El Dario.
Yeah, who would go to a doctor named Dr. Young Ho Kwan?
Clean $150 abortions.
That's when Gilbert went for his appendix.
Now the first week is free, right? Okay. See?
But they say that
now
once
you're
he
gonna
got
operate,
you...
right?
Oh, dear.
Oh, don't start that. I hate that.
Yes. He says that, or in the paper they say that he would have these, poor women come in there and they think their abortion was going to cost $150. But then apparently he'd sock them with other charges, like for the anesthesia you'd have to give them some more money and junk like that. And they found a couple of groggy women there. He had a recovery room for... the women who had the operation that looked in on the room where he was performing the abortions. So they could, groggily look over and see another woman.
Well, what should these people do?
So anyway, his license was taken away. At first, he denied anything was going on. And when the health department officials walked in, 2 clerks ran out the door. So it's always an indication something bad is happening. Oh, look at this. In Vatican City, it looks like the Catholic Church is about to fess up about past crimes against Jews.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're working on a new document, Howard.
Oh, look at Gilbert doing the hora. He just needs Beautiful. Gilbert's studying to be a cantor.
The Vatican stresses the document is only a draft, but it does use unambiguous language. Are you interpreting?
This is a happy day for Jews like Gilbert. They've been waiting for the Catholic Church. He's saying, this is where Gilbert prays every morning. You broke him into prayer. Can you sing it like in your parrot voice as a Hebrew parrot?
Would you let me tell you where he's singing?
Yeah, tell me why Gilbert is singing the Jewish songs.
This new draft document says the Catholic Church should confess that she bears co-responsibility for the Nazi Holocaust. It says the traditional Catholic teaching of contempt toward Jews was a major reason many Christians, together with their bishops, were so prejudiced that they did not recognize the evil of the Nazi anti-Semitic persecution.
Gilbert, this is the happiest day of your life. glorious, Gilbert, a side we never see.
It wasn't until
The famous Jewish song.
1965
Yes.
that the church finally canceled the Catholic liturgy that said Jews killed Christ.
I'm not sure I understand. You mean the Catholic Church has finally admitted?
Well, in 1965, they finally dropped that thing that Jews killed Christ.
Right.
But they've never gone back and corrected everything that they did in the past. And
Right.
they're now saying maybe we ought to fess up and say we had some complicity there in that whole Nazi thing.
So now it is official.
Not official, this is just a draft,
A
but
draft.
they're considering it.
Just a draft.
Oh, what are you singing about, Gilbert? It's a draft. Yiddish Glenn Campbell, ladies and gentlemen. Gilbert Gottfried. Gilbert, this is a happy day for your people?
Yes.
Doch mir verein du nach der Seiten
Well, this must really be a happy Jewish day.
Catholics sure know how to make the Jews happy.
Yeah. Gilbert has been praying for the day that the Catholics would forgive him for killing Jesus Christ.
It was an accident, he's saying.
What does this song mean, Gilbert?
It's hard to translate.
Right.
It's if a man is walking carrying a jug of water.
Yeah.
And it's a sunny day.
Right.
And that is a dog who is barking when it is raining.
But you never felt the Jews killed Jesus Christ, and this is vindication for you and your people.
That's the song of victory.
Victory. The song of victory the Jews are all singing. All right, thank you. All right. We love it, but it's enough.
Have you seen this new trend? First Mississippi did it, and now...
Wait, a new song.
Jews to the bone.
All right, very good. What else is in the news?
I was saying, have you noticed this trend with states now? Mississippi first to do it, and now I think Florida. Shut up, Gilbert.
Kick him in his balls.
To do it. They are passing laws in the state to allow them to sue tobacco companies for all the Medicaid it has cost the state to take care of people who wind up with cigarette-related illnesses.
I can't hear.
I know.
All right, go ahead. So
they estimate in Florida alone that they've spent $1.2 billion treating illnesses caused by cigarette smoking since 1989. They want to sue the tobacco companies for billions of dollars in reparations.
What are they going to do?
Sue.
I got to do. What I do is to turn off his microphone for a while and he calms down. It's like being in the jungle.
Over the top.
Yeah, he's become a real parrot. He lives in the jungle. It's like a madhouse in here. Gilbert was on a roll. It was funny. Now you got to calm him down for 10 minutes.
Stop.
Yeah, he just can't mellow out. Hey, you were funny. Stop. Wait for something else to happen.
So anyway, it's another attack on the tobacco companies. You know, they're having those hearings in Congress trying to determine exactly when the tobacco companies knew that cigarettes were dangerous or whether cigarettes are dangerous. And now the states are jumping on the bandwagon saying we're going to sue you for causing illness. Where are you, Howard?
I don't know. I'm losing it.
For all all the illness and the Medicaid payments that it's cost.
They'll sue.
And in the White House yesterday, one staffer abruptly resigned after it was learned that 3 White House staffers took a helicopter to go to a golf outing in Baltimore. In Maryland.
I feel your pain.
They were not able to come up with the exact cost of the use of a military or presidential helicopter to go to a golf course, but they do say that the cost of running such helicopters is $2,400 an hour.
It's upsetting.
Initially, the guys involved, tried to cover themselves by saying that they were scouting the place for the president, but it turned out the president really didn't have this golf country club on his itinerary. So finally, one guy resigned, another guy is going to be reassigned, and they haven't decided what to do with the third guy yet.
It would be pretty cool, though, to take a helicopter to a golf game.
Oh, yeah, the country club thought it was such a big deal that they called the newspapers to tell them to come photograph the event, and that's how they were found out.
Wow.
Fantastic. They can take a helicopter.
Cool.
And finally, today is the day of the big opening of the Flintstones, the movie.
It was a big opening. I couldn't believe it.
Starring John Goodman.
It was unbelievable.
I heard it got terrible reviews.
Getting mixed reviews, I would say.
Really?
I've seen 3 stars. I've seen 2.5 stars.
I saw 1.5.
1.5. So it's all over the place.
Nobody wants Rosie O'Donnell to do well.
Well, unfortunately, they say they're very good.
Are they?
Yeah, but I can't see her as Betty Rubble.
That's a ridiculous. Betty was a piece of ass.
Yeah.
God.
She was fantastic.
She has a big opening.
Yeah, she has a big opening.
Robin, you have a big opening.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Going to waste.
And that's why it's closing.
She's trying to make it smaller.
On Maury Povich today, Lily Tomlin.
Maury. Lily Tomlin?
Pushing that there's a second special of that Edith Ann cartoon that she does.
Yeah, she's got an important career. Gilbert plays a parrot. She plays at least she plays a human being in her cartoon.
What is the deal with her?
Oh, Edith Ann?
No, with Lily.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Lily.
Oh, Lily. She's not really that funny. She's
darn.
I don't know, man. I think, no offense, Gilbert, but I think once you start doing cartoons,
it's over?
Pretty much the end of the line.
No. On Sally, women who are treated poorly by men but remain with them.
Yeah.
On Geraldo, twins claiming their father made them kill his girlfriend's husband.
Hey, you know what's kind of cool? Jerry Springer had the Siamese twins join at the head. Did you watch it, Gilbert?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God, I watched it. I could only watch like 3 seconds of it, and it confirmed in the ratings it didn't do that well.
Well, look, today he has a young man afflicted with that premature aging disorder who's going to turn 20.
Yeah, that's always good, though.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, those are the ones that look like 100 years old, and they're like young kids.
Yeah,
but
like
aren't they supposed to die? So, it's like...
He reached 20.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to mention Henry Mancini. He's dying. He has inoperable cancer, and he's decided not to fight it at all. He says he's at peace, he's a very happy man, and he's continuing to work, and he'll just go whenever he goes.
Unlike Gilbert, who thought he was dying and was blubbering like a baby.
Yeah. I'm getting out of the business.
I got to get better.
If I'm sick, I want everyone else to suffer.
What's it all mean?
He'll be interviewed on 2020 tonight.
Yeah.
On Donahue today, the impact of money on relationships on Oprah, how to find almost anyone. And on Montel Williams, women confront the women who broke their son's heart.
You watch Beavis and Butthead? Because you like that?
Oh, yeah.
Jackie and Stuttering John and Gary all went to lunch the other day with that guy, Mike Judge, who invented Beavis and Butthead. He's sitting and pissing and moaning. He's not getting paid any money.
Well, whose fault is that?
We listened to him instead.
Yeah, right. Was he moaning the whole time?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't get any money.
When he could get a word in edgewise.
Really? Jackie didn't have time to complain that he doesn't get any money.
He was bitching so much Jackie couldn't.
Jackie couldn't complain.
How do you think I feel?
Yeah, Howard.
Hey, man, I'm trying to tell you about my problem.
Yeah, but Howard gets the money.
Let me talk for a second. How do you think I feel? I don't get paid anything.
Big ratings on the final episode of 90210.
Oh, that was so good. Do you watch it?
Sometimes.
Let me tell you how good it was. In every scene, all the girls were wearing belly shirts where their bellies stick out.
Very good.
And they all have really flat belly. Shannon Doherty got breast implants.
Oh.
She looks unbelievable. They got to bring her back
No,
next
they're
season.
not.
They've got to.
They're
She's
not
the whole
bringing
show.
her back.
She's why I watch.
Not to.
Although Kari was in it with her shirt off. You saw her bra, too.
Maybe Kari will replace her.
She was making out with that, the geeky guy.
Ian Zierling?
No, the other guy. David.
Okay.
The guy who plays, like, the geeky guy.
David Austin Green?
Yeah, the one who plays Tori's boyfriend.
Brian Austin, whatever his name is.
He's turned out to be pretty good looking, and he got it on with her in a car, and it was a great episode. And at one point, Shannon Doherty, Tori Spelling, and this other good-looking girl unbuttoned their shirts and flashed their bras.
Oh.
You didn't watch it?
No.
It was great.
Boy, I would have taped that one.
I have it on tape.
Oh, okay. I'll be right.
I actually slowed it down and went back and rewound it.
See if you see any nipple.
Right. I didn't see any.
No, damn.
I think Kari's mad at us.
Why?
Well, because she wanted to come on as a serious actress, and we told her that the only way she could get on is if she got naked.
Tough.
That's what Jessica Tandy did.
She's been on 3 times.
Yes.
And look, she won an Oscar.
Right. I wish. I'd love to get a hold of Jessica Tandy. I love them old.
Better do it quick.
Love what?
I think you better do it quick.
I love a woman with no hair.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. She didn't have any hair. She had no hair. She didn't have hair.
2 longtime presences on
Jackie O looks better than Jessica Tandy.
No, 2 longtime presences on local New York news, Howard, are disappearing. Carol Martin and Ernie Anastos have come to the end of their runs on WCBS TV.
Yeah.
Today is the last time you can see either of them.
They were really great news.
Ernie continues to be upbeat, however.
Yeah, I'll find something to do.
I did an Ernie Anastas commercial, and now he's going over the air.
Yeah, what's that all about? We were shocked because it was like
pretty much buried him.
It was a funny commercial too. It was Gilbert goes on and goes, "Hi, this is Ernie Anastas."
Yeah, I loved it.
It was good. And why are they running commercials for him if he's leaving?
I wanted him to have one good week.
Watch, like now he'll be off Channel 2 News, and like a year from now he'll be reading. He plays a parrot in a cartoon. He's in Return of John for number 5, replacing Gilbert as the parrot. Jafir.
In his 20s and 30s, he says he juggled family, work, and school.
Well, no, he doesn't have to juggle anymore.
He says, I found that if I put in the time and the energy, it would work. Those were the sacrifice years. But they were good years, according to Anastos.
This is really funny, too.
Look how far they had to...
Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm the one who brought this in today, too. Yeah, look,
What?
I brought in the same exact thing.
Really?
I said, yeah, I said, talk about it.
I love this.
Look at this. Wait, Robin, look at this.
What?
The headlines
This
are like
is
3
the
inches
big
tall.
ad in the newspaper for Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Uh-huh.
So they give, like, it says, a fun-filled roller coaster ride. Now, you know Beverly Hills Cop 3 got tons of bad reviews. It wasn't one good review. Everyone said it really sucked, and everyone knew it was going to suck. But they have to fill it up with quotes.
Uh-huh.
So look who they went to, like Neil Rosen of New York One News.
Oh, no.
You got to read. You know, it's really embarrassing. Here's one. Jim Ferguson from KMSB TV.
Where's that?
I don't know. I think it's
It's a suburb of Boise.
yeah, I think it's an intern somewhere at one of the TV stations out in Boise. Eddie Murphy's Axel Foley has never been funnier. An action thriller loaded with laughs.
Who said that?
Jim Ferguson of KMSB.
He'll say anything.
Brian Adams of KICU TV says Beverly Hills Cop 3 is 3 times the fun as the original. A thrill ride full of action and no Gilbert. You had fun doing Beverly Hills Cop 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Those are
Eddie's
great reviews.
These are great reviews for
Yes.
the movie. Eddie should be very proud of himself, putting a lot of effort into his career. Best movie ever, Bill Jenkins' Weekly Reader.
Oh, stop it. They didn't go that far.
Almost.
My weekly.
Way to go.
But anyway, Ernie's his last night tonight at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I think they're going to play
Been a
clips
good
of
run.
past newscasts.
And now he started this company, and he owns a couple of TV stations. He's employed all of his kids. It's a good deal.
He started a production company?
No, he owns a couple of TV stations, you know.
Ernie
little
Anastas?
markets or something.
You're kidding
He's
me.
part owner with family and friends of a TV station in Kingston, New York.
I think it's KMSB TV.
And a low-power TV station in Nyack.
Oh,
that,
really?
Along with some potential cable carriage deals,
White elephant.
maybe yoked together to create a news presence in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
His daughter, Nina, is a reporter anchor there with her fiancé, Greg Floyd.
Way to go. Everyone
And his
seems like they're
son-
really branching out.
His son, Philip, will work there this summer.
Well, I hope my kids do that, just like work for me the rest of their lives.
Then they're also developing something called the American Business Journal, which his wife will work on.
That's great. So he'll never be apart from his family. There's not a moment in the day that he won't see someone he's related to.
They're already talking about expanding and are negotiating with the owner of 2 stations in Florida and 1 in Alabama.
I bet auditions were tough to get those on-air jobs.
Hey, I didn't know they were my kids.
In addition to that, won't he be opening a diner? Because he is Greek.
So don't cry for Ernie.
Don't cry for me, Ernie Onastos. I only come from Argentina. Well, Gilbert, thanks for sharing that song with us.
Oh, yeah.
It's a happy day for Gilbert. Okay, Gilbert, thank you. Gilbert Gottfried, who plays the voice of the parrot in The Return of Jafar. No Jewish songs. Yes.
You see, if a man is walking and he sees a parrot, it is, that's a part of the song.
An interpretation in English. Thank you. Gilbert, happy because the Christians now say... The Catholics now say that the Jews did not kill Jesus Christ, but the...
But they're not sure.
They're not sure. They're drafting something. Yeah, like they're trying to come up with some wording that'll let the Jews off the hook. Rabbi, who do you think actually killed the Jesus Christ?
The Schwarzes.
Okay. And now you want to rejoice some more? Gilbert, seriously, congratulations on playing the voice of the parrot again in The Return of Jafar. I remember Peggy Lee played the Siamese cat in the animated movie.
Look at what it did for her.
Yeah, she disappeared off the face of the earth. No, she's still around, isn't she? Sure she is. Yeah. She's got a lifetime contract, doesn't she? No, I see her around. She's
making a big comeback.
Anyway, at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal in July, it's Gilbert. If you want to fly all the way to Montreal just to see Gilbert. He wants to show you he's busy with very big events.
Oh, he gets invited to the comedy festival.
USA Up All Night, which is very major.
Still doing that? How many years have you been doing that?
Oh, too long.
Right. We all agree.
Yes.
Jackie.
Didn't you think Gilbert was going somewhere for a while? He was appearing on the network award shows.
And then he screwed up.
And TV shows.
And then all of a sudden, like, even Disney had accepted him and all this stuff. I think Gilbert was even on all these award shows, and people were actually looking forward to seeing Gilbert on the award shows, and he was considered a genius. So he goes on.
There were things being written, comedian.
Right, all that. And then Gilbert goes on the
Emmys.
The Emmys.
Yes.
And now it's real legitimate. It's the Emmys. Gilbert comes out, and he's trying to be funny. He's doing a shtick. Yes. And it really, it wasn't that offensive if you've got a brain over a 12-year-old.
Well, it was right at the time of Pee Wee Herman.
Right. All of a sudden, the camera flashes to, the Golden Girls. Mm-hmm. What's her name? The blonde.
Rue
McClanahan, and the one who was married to Alan Ludden 100 years ago.
Oh, Betty White.
Betty White and Beatrice Arthur. I don't know who it was. I think it was Betty White, and they were all like, masturbation.
Well, they were having an aneurysm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Didn't everyone come out against you afterwards?
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. No one even wants to. Now all Hollywood is
they forgot the awards. All the articles were about Gilbert the next day and how bad he was.
All I said was, if masturbation's a crime, I'd be on death row.
Yeah, that was the big line.
Yeah, that was the most offensive
thing. And it was considered ridiculous. And now Gilbert can't get arrested.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Now he's a parrot.
Yeah. Since I pick me up.
Yeah.
All right, wait a minute. I have to break in with a news story.
Uh-oh. Are you sure? That's a Memorial Day over, Robin?
No. This is from El Paso, Texas. You know how we always have to give preference to news articles about people in radio.
Uh-oh.
El Paso, Texas, radio newsman Hal Chestnut is back on the air at his old station, KTSM AM 1380, but he still hasn't settled his legal problems. He was recently hired as a co-host with John Laird of Talk with an Attitude from 7 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Previously, he had been at another station, or at the same station as the news director for 19 months, but was fired last year after he was arrested on public lewdness charges. Police said He was cited for allegedly receiving oral sex from a transvestite prostitute downtown.
And then things turned ugly.
Gee, I hope it doesn't hurt his radio career. It's such an honorable profession. In an industry filled with people who pick up girls on request lines, I don't think he's got anything to worry about.
He never showed up for his court hearing on October 22nd.
Gilbert sitting there with jealous face.
Yes.
But
where did he find this transvestite?
He was unaware of any court date. And we'll wait to hear from the court about trying to settle that situation. He says he was never notified. He's 61 years old.
Wow.
And he never missed a court date in his life, so he probably had a lot of run-ins.
Glad you told us, Robin. It'll make my weekend.
Well, you feel better about yourself working in radio.
You're not kidding. At least I'm not the biggest embarrassment in the industry now.
I envy him. He's got a career and a sex life.
See, you're a parrot.
Yeah.
You know, Eddie Murphy has transformed himself. He is so handsome now. That was a really good move.
You know what the station says? They hired him. They rehired him this month because they wanted to go with something different.
1-800-52-STERN. See our backstage tape. And
Before returning to the radio station, Howard, he had been working in construction.
Oh. 1-800-52-STERN. She wants you to know that, though.
That's our profession.
1-800-52-STERN. He needed a lot of credentials. Isn't it great to be in an industry where, like, I went to college because I wanted to be in radio. My father used to say to me, jackass, don't go to college for something else. To be in radio, your garbage man can be in radio. And he's right. Construction workers go into radio.
With transvestites.
Yeah. And they're doing better than most guys. Hey, anyway, 1-800-52-STERN. You want to spend some real quality fun time around your TV set, you get this videotape. Lots of new stuff, too. And also, it's $39.95, $4.50 shipping and handling, but you must be 18 or older because it's quite dirty. And it's brought to you by Infinity Ventures and me. 1-800-52-STERN. Also, the Leroy Neiman poster is in there as well. Jackie Platinum, Joke Page Martling.
He comes right in the backyard. He says, Pop, Mom just got hit by a bus.
Son, you know my lips are chapped. Please don't make me smile.
What? No, wait, I didn't get that.
Son, you know my lips are chapped. Please don't make me smile.
Oh, it would hurt if you smiled with chapped lips?
Well, she's going to smile because her husband was just hit by a bus. She's going to break out a big grin, and she might hurt her chapped lips.
No, he goes too fast.
Middle-aged divorcee wants to sleep with a black guy. She's dying to sleep with a black guy. She goes to a bar, has a few drinks, meets a black guy, brings him home, brings him to the bedroom, takes off all her clothes, lies in bed, spreads relationship. Says, "Hi, pal. Do what you do best." So he grabs the TV and runs out the door.
That one I get.
No, that you understand.
Okay.
That wasn't too fast for you.
There you go.
Thank you, Dave.
Jackie, that's just a taste of Jackie.
Yes, that's on his big CD.
Girl's on a witness stand. The judge says, "What happened?" She says, "I was walking down the sidewalk and he grabbed me and he dragged me to alley. And he ripped off my dress and pulled down my pants and bent me over a garbage can. I don't even remember what happened next. The judge said, "Make something up."
Oh, you're on a roll now, Jack.
Hey, he's got me there. There's two of them here.
There's 70 minutes of that.
78.
I can't get enough.
I'm sorry.
I wish you'd made it a little longer. The price includes full-color Jokeland catalog, only $10 plus free shipping and handling. Call 1-800-323-5464. Tonight, one big show at Vinnie Brand's Stress Factory at the New Brunswick Hyatt Regency. There's not too many seats available. Please hurry, or else you'll miss Jackie. And also go over there and meet lots of girls. Usually a lot of good-looking girls show up at Jackie's.
They flock to him.
Groupies, and then when they can't get in Jackie's pants, they end up with you. Hey, I'll be on Letterman June 24th. Sorry, Gilbert. It's got a real...
Yes, go ahead.
The Fred Norris Band. Why, Fred, how come they named it the Fred Norris Band?
Because that's the only name we could all agree on. I came up with about a dozen other names. Nobody liked it, so we stuck with it.
Like what? What name did you want to call it?
I have a list at home. I'll bring it in.
Okay. Don't hide it from us. The Fred Norris Band will be at the Downtime Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's on 30th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue in Manhattan. Don't miss Stuttering John's Band appearing at the Pennsylvania State Fair at Philadelphia Park Racetrack in Bensalem, Pennsylvania this Friday night. And Stuttering John's Band will be at the Agora in Cleveland next Friday night, June 3rd. For more information, call 609-546-STUPID.
Yeah.
He's got a record out on Atlantic. And if you're planning a wedding or summer party and you need a great DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment in the New York Tri-State area. Call 718-BAG 5040. Scott the Engineer.
You're very 54. Don't mock my plug.
All right, so very good. What is it, stuttering John?
You know what the worst thing is? I talk to Gilbert, and I stutter, and he holds in the laughter, but you can see his face.
Gilbert's happy he has someone he can laugh at.
Sometimes he gets caught and makes up words. Like, you
ever seen when his face locks up?
Oh, yeah. Hey. He turns into Charlie Callis.
Yeah.
But Gilbert's one of those guys you can tell he feels bad about laughing, but he can't hold it in. You know?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, like,
I could look at stuttering John and talk to him and not laugh when he. But then if Jackie's in the room, he starts laughing at John because Jackie just stares at him and then starts laughing. Jackie has like no heart.
Jackie doesn't hold anything back. He lets it all out.
I start biting the inside of my mouth.
But you can see it. You can see his face like breaking up.
Gilbert's trying to be sensitive.
I get like tears in my.
Yeah, but Jackie just laughs in your face. He doesn't even wait. He doesn't even try to be sensitive.
At some point, I'm like, Gilbert, just laugh. Laugh already.
What is it, Gary?
Here's an impersonation of Jackie laughing while John's stuttering. He just stares at him and he goes,
Yeah.
So wrong.
All right, we'll see you. Have a good Labor Day. We'll see you on Tuesday.